Hi, and welcome to another presentation from your business tutor, learning your way, anytime, anywhere. As we found out earlier in this course, many businesses choose growth as an objective. However, how this is accomplished, as we will find out in this series of lessons, can be done in a number of ways. So with that in mind, let's turn to look at our first method called organic or internal growth. So what are we going to find out in this lesson? Well, first of all, we're going to find out what organic or internal growth is. And then after that, we're going to explore the advantages and disadvantages of organic or internal growth. Okay, let's get started by finding out what organic or internal growth is. When most people think about business growth, they believe it occurs when an organisation increases in size by joining up with or taking over another business. However, although this type of growth, called external growth, is used by many organisations, it is not the most common method they use. In fact, organic or internal growth, where an organisation grows in size by itself, using its own resources, is far more popular. For example, organic or internal growth can occur in a number of ways, such as the business opening more shops, taking on more staff, increasing production, opening an e-commerce site, launching a new product, or even opening operations abroad. In each of these examples, the business is growing in size by itself, using its own resources to do so. That, in a nutshell, is organic or internal growth. So let's now turn to our second question and ask, what are the advantages of organic or internal growth? One of the main advantages of organic growth is that the organisation maintains control over the whole process. Because the business is using its own resources, it can control how and the speed at which it grows. This is a big advantage, as when a business grows externally, its pace of growth is determined by how big the business it is that it takes over. This can be a problem, as this can cause a business to get too big too quickly, and therefore it becomes really difficult to manage. More than that though, when you buy another business, you don't always know exactly what you're getting. As such, in addition to the good things, you may also get some surprises, which could have a negative influence on your business. However, when you grow organically, these problems are avoided as you control how growth occurs. For example, you decide if your business will grow by opening more shops or increasing production, and you decide how quickly you will do this. This, of course, allows a business to better control how it develops brand image as it grows in size. This added control also means that organic growth can be more focused. For example, if a business wants to grow internationally, it can do so in the way it wishes. It may do this by opening an e-commerce site, or alternatively, it may choose to open a branch network abroad. This means the business will not waste any resources in areas it does not want to grow into. Instead, it can stay focused on the areas it thinks offer the most opportunity. Another advantage of organic growth is that it can help a business increase its market share. If a business experiences rising sales year on year compared to competitors, then it will begin to see an increase in its market share and its brand reputation. A final advantage of organic growth is that a business can benefit from economies of scale. This is potentially a big advantage because as a business grows in size, it costs less to make or sell each extra item. For example, when a business grows, it can purchase more up-to-date technology, which can produce products at a cheaper cost. But also, it can buy inventory in bulk, meaning instead of paying £5 per item, the business now only has to pay their supplier £4.50 per item, because they are buying so much more. Now that we've finished with the advantages, let's now turn and ask, what are the disadvantages of organic or internal growth? Probably the single biggest problem with organic growth is that it can be quite slow. This is because to grow in size usually involves significant investment from a business. However, as organic growth involves a business using its own resources, there is a limit on how quickly it can grow. The business will only have a certain amount of money to invest, meaning growth will be much slower than if external growth were used. For example, with external growth, a business could merge with another business and double in size overnight. Another problem with organic growth is that there may only be limited opportunities for a business to grow in the market it is currently in. For example, the business may already be the market leader, or the market it is in may not be growing in size. Both these issues would limit an organisation's potential for organic growth. Of course, an organisation could move into a completely new market to grow in size. However, diversification also has problems. If a business diversifies into a new market, it will not only come up against competitors who have been in that market for a long time, but will also have little experience in this area, meaning growth and success may be very difficult. So, what did we learn in this presentation? Well, first of all, we found out what organic or internal growth is. Then we went on to explore the advantages and disadvantages of internal or organic growth. Organic or internal growth is the most popular method used by an organisation to grow in size. This is because it provides it with a lot of control over how it does this. Nevertheless, although all large organisations will have used organic growth, most will also have used external growth. This is because external growth, unlike organic, can allow an organisation to grow very quickly. And this is what we will turn to look at next in this series of presentations.